Welcome back. My guest today is Mario Zelaya of Bad Axe Throwing and a number of other business ventures. I'm curious, going back to the last segment, Mario, you said your first account on TikTok was banned. What happened?
Honestly, it could be that there's content that I currently have right now where I've simply reported the news. I'm just reading what happened, and it'll say it's a community guideline violation, and they'll just take it down. And sometimes there's no way of appealing it. And so when you have several of these account violations, they accumulate and they basically just shut down your account. And there's really nothing more you can do on it. And I've been quite lucky because I received the same ban warning probably 2 weeks ago, so maybe a week just before the election was about to happen, and, it was a very close call, and, luckily I connected with someone that helped me, out, and, now my account's been verified, so I'm hoping there's a bit more, flexibility and trust with the content that I put forward that these types of things don't get flagged as easy because, TikTok's really built on algorithms, and their
Yeah.
algorithms will just say, "Flag, flag, flag, shut down," and for I think half a day, for about 4 to 8 hours, my account was actually shut down, about a maybe week and a half or 2 weeks ago.
Well, I know I got my Twitter account was suspended once for a week. And I think it was because I used the word die. Like you say, it's an algorithm, right? And there was no
Mhm.
appeal process whatsoever. It was you're dead because you're not dealing with a human. You're just dealing with machines, and there's no gray area. It's black and white. I
Yes.
understand that you've relatively recently gotten into the development business. At a time when housing supply is in great demand, this would seem to be a really good business to get into. Do you plan to become a major property developer?
Yes, I honestly, I find it very interesting, and in terms of, like, the different businesses I've ran, I don't mean to diminish the work that they do, but to me, that's the simplest business. It's actually quite easy, compared to, a company like Bad Axe. Like, Bad Axe, when I register within a state, you may as well be registering to do business in a different country. And then when you have to register within a county, that alone may as well be its own different country. Every city, every county, every state has just way different nuances, way different laws, way different rules.
Yeah.
It is very complicated, it's very complex. I'm used to doing business internationally. I grew Bad Axe to do business in the UK. UK is very, very complicated, a lot of red tape there as well. And, when I'm looking at building and development, on a scale of difficulty of 1 to 10 compared to what I'm normally doing, I see it literally more as a 2, and I see it more as a project management, operation as opposed to, anything that is, overly difficult or entrepreneurial, if I would say. And again, is not to diminish all the developers that are out there because I'm sure once you start getting to a different scale, you're facing different challenges. But from what I'm seeing right now, and even with the upcoming, I have a upcoming condo development that recently got approved, and that's going to be the first of its kind in the Halton region. I'm developing New York style lofts, and most developers don't build these because when you create a loft and you have high ceilings, when the bedroom is on the second floor within that same level, the building code treats that as a second floor. And so ultimately, you used up 2 levels to create 1 unit, and it's not as profitable. My whole approach is I want to have things with a larger footprint, bigger square foot. I want it to look like something that is more of like a collection piece, and so I'm trying to distinguish myself completely from all the other condos that are sitting in the market because no one wants to live in a shoebox. And my, hypothesis is if you build something that is so incredibly well built, high value, luxurious, but it doesn't have to have that luxury cost associated with it, as well as making it into a loft, it would be very successful. And so that's what I'm getting into right now. And hopefully the next project will probably be maybe a 100 unit condo.
Sounds interesting. We haven't got too much time left, but as someone who's gotten into a number of very different businesses, and you're still a pretty young guy, where do you see your future? Are there any new businesses that you'd like to pursue?
Honestly, I'm always experimenting. So every year I like to try 3 or so businesses. Some succeed, some fail. And so I am industry agnostic. I follow where my passions are and where I think there's a business case. I don't care if it's in tech, if it's in construction, if it's in import export. I have a lot in e-commerce, and so my approach is always to just diversify and look for what's fun.
That sounds great. We'll have to take another quick break now. You're watching Canadian Innovators.